What's going on, guys? It's Jack, and today we're running the Dirt Late Models at Knoxville. Now, it's the Pro Late Model car, and this is my qualifying session from an official race. Yes, it's an official race. And the skin I was using is a Napa skin, obviously. The lucky number 7 on the side of the car. And sorry if this is someone's personal skin. I saw a name on the back. I don't know if it's someone's personal skin, but I thought it looked cool, so I figured I'd run it. And yeah, I got a little too excited in qualifying there. Hit that inside bump. Did some three-wheel action right there. I think my second lap was for sure quicker because of that mistake I did. So let's ride on board real quick and see how she does. Wasn't a bad lap, but I would like to do better, as always. For my opinion, from going from a sprint car to my second race ever in these late models, I had a lot of fun. The heat race, not a lot of cars, but right off the start, we're already bumped into P2 here, side by side, going into turn 1, hitting that inside bump, which I'm just trying to avoid. But no, like, so these cars, you could get after it. And it's so fun to wheel these things in there, and we're P2 right now, and the leader spins himself out. Let's go ahead and check that out. Don't know what the hell he did. I was kind of confused. Maybe he had something happen. He had to pull off the track, because that's like a, I don't know, he sat there for a while too. You'll see him on the infield just sitting there as the race goes on. But right now, we're already in P1. This will give us front row, first position starting grid, or for the start, for the feature. So I'm like blown away right now. Like, this is my first late model race. In the pro late model, we're on board with second right now, by the way. I hit the wall, make a dumb mistake, because I'm still not comfortable with these cars as far as like the body. They're very wide, so you kind of, I'm not used to like being that far away from the wall because of sprint car stuff. So I had this bad habit of going close to the wall, and I'm like, wait, I got a bunch of body panels and stuff hanging out there, so I had to adjust it. But this is my first ever pro dirt late model race. My first ever race in a late model in this game was in the limiteds. So I've never actually been in a race in this car, so this is actually technically my first race in these guys. So yeah, you can see the leader still sitting there on board with me right now, second place. Trying to chase down that leader here. We're almost about halfway here in this heat race, trying to get that better grid position for the feature. Just trying to wheel this car as much as I can. I had a really comfortable setup I found on the internet, and it was actually pretty hooked up. I'm not gonna lie, like I was way hooked up to this guy. You can tell I'm lifting here, and go back to that TV view and see if I can dice it up with him a little bit. I have the run off the exit of 2 here. Trying to get my nose in there just so he has to stay high, but I'm not going to do it. I'm still going to try to nudge him in there. I'm pretty much borderline of like a little bit of contact to kind of like know I'm there, but I got my nose in right here. So he had to give me some room. Nice clean racing so far. We're going to hug that inside line, try to get him cleared, and we're going to come up forcefully. I didn't really try to, but the car just pushed up, and it gave him the bottom line again. Now we're getting thrown out in that nasty stuff. We're still side by side for the lead here in the heat race. Getting pushed back up into the wall. I think that was more so my fault, not him. I think I had enough room. I just didn't know, so I wanted to be safe. Back in his second now. Now I think this was for the last lap. So now I'm going to try to get back on the inside of him, coming down the first straightaway to the checkered flag. Side by side. Not going to happen. We're going to finish second here in our heat race, and I was pumped off that heat race, man. I've been doing these sprint cars for a while in this game, and like that was probably one of the most fun heat races I've had, if ever. I don't know. Like, I just have a lot more fun in these cars. I'm definitely going to do more videos. So here's a feature, second row on the inside, the way I like it. Off the start, we got another good jump. A jump here is very important if you're starting on the inside. We're already up into P2, so something's working here. You gotta have a good restart, or a good start in this case, and you just have to be on it, and you gotta get down to that inside. You know, the outside here is terrible, and you guys will find out why it's terrible here just in a second. Decent sized field. I think it was a full field technically. I don't think anyone made LCQ, or I don't think there was a consolation race. So on board with me right now, P2. Now this is the same guy that I was battling for the lead with in the heat race, so I know that I am technically quicker than him if I could just get around him. I accidentally made contact with him, I felt really bad right here. I just torched him into the wall. I didn't really think I was going to hit him. He was so sideways, and I wasn't really on it, but like I caught him, and I barely touched him, and it just was one of those racing things, I guess. I felt super bad. I was like, man, I pretty much just wrecked the leader and myself. Like, third was having a field day. So now I'm stuck on the outside. So remember what I said earlier about having the outside line here? It's not good. You're going to get trained. And that's pretty much exactly what happened to me. I couldn't get back down, so now we've already fallen from second. Now we're into third. We're about to be in fourth, maybe even fifth. Yeah, we're already in fourth. We're about to be in fifth. I can't get to the bottom. We're on that high line here. It's not good. Definitely a one-line track in these cars. Now we're already in fifth. We're falling back to sixth. Guess what, guys? We're about to fall back into seventh, but I kind of chopped him down a bit, but he's still there, so I had to give him room. So I went from second to sixth. Seventh. Wait. It still says I'm fourth, but I'm pretty sure I'm in sixth or seventh right now. Yeah, we're behind the 14 car now. Not the way I envisioned this race at all. We're almost going to get spun out by that 11 car. That was real sketch. Now, we're back on the charge. We got the inside line going again. We got a line back. So I'm going to try to run this thing down. I know I got a fast car, so I'm going to try as hard as I can to get back in that front pack. Try to make something happen here. I'm going to go ahead and dive down the inside of that 14 car, make a little contact to push him out wide. Not the way I like to pass people, but hey man, if it gets it done, it gets it done, and we're both still rolling, it's all good. So, back into, I believe, sixth position. Looks like the blue car gets in the wall there. One of the front half field of the guys. So I got some clear track, I believe, for a little bit. So let's see if I can run these guys down here. Go ahead and jump on board a cockpit view. We got some, I think that's a lap car right there holding some people up. We get around him, no problem. So we got 1, 2, 3 cars right there. If I could just figure out how to catch them, we'll be okay. We're sitting in P5 right now. It's kind of losing focus a bit. I don't know if I was, my lines were off or what I was doing, but I wasn't catching them as much as I'd like to. Made a mistake there. Pretty decent mistake, I'd say. Running the thing all the way to the wall. Can't see what's going on to the right of me, but I feel like there's some action going on. I'm just trying to give them as much room as I can without hitting anything. And a caution comes out. Kind of what I needed. Let's go ahead and check out why there's a caution here. It's like that 2 car just straight up dumped that 11. Not sure what the backstory is on that, but from my angle, that looked like that 2 car didn't even lift, and he's going. Like, he didn't even care that happened. I don't know. He just floored that thing. So from my point of view, looked like he wrecked him. And if you guys have made it this far, please leave a like. It means a ton. And I'll be doing more of these videos, so be sure you're subscribed and have notifications on so I can do more of these dirt late model videos for you guys and other iRacing videos and whatever the hell else I post. We're about halfway, almost halfway here in this race. Back to green flag racing here. Car on the outside of me gets in the wall there. The inside line, I'm restarting, which I love. We're already up in a P4 from our bad mishap that we had earlier. Trying to dive back in, maybe get P3 here. Get that purple car. Down the front straightaway, flicking that thing in. Having to run the outside a bit because I felt like the outside, I don't know, I just had a feeling that I should go outside, and I somehow made the pass for P3. I was like blown away that I just passed this guy on the outside. So I was like, all right, you know, if I could get a caution right now, that would be perfect. I could get a jump on a restart and battle for the lead. But the problem with that would be, the scenario in my head was the guy on the outside could totally get trained if he gets stuck on the outside. And luckily for me, the caution came out. So these scenarios were going in my head. And this is why the caution came out. That 14 and 10 car had a bit of a collision. And for some reason, caution did come out. So, yeah, but these scenarios were going in my head. Like, I need to get the jump on the second place guy. I need to get into second. And then I need to have a green flag run so I could get into first. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be stuck on the outside. And if I don't get a good jump, I'm going to get trained again. So, like, I had all these scenarios going in my head. And, yeah, I don't know. I was trying to get a good jump here. So, we actually did get a good jump, or a decent jump. We're side by side with second, going into 1. Lots of action here at Knoxville in these cars. It was a great time. Here we go. The field coming under 2 on the back stretch. Side by side, going into 3. Still side by side for second. And the caution comes out. And I thought I had the position, but I didn't. So I kind of was lucky, I guess. And once again, we had a few cars tangle it up a bit. Some guys slowed it up. And I guess the 2-car, I don't, honestly, like I said, I don't know what goes on in the back half of the field. I don't know the whole race story. I'm just covering the crashes and what caused the cautions, so I'm not going to put my feedback into that. That's for them to decide. But back to another restart here. Not many laps left, so I got to figure something out here if I want to snag a win. Starting P3. I didn't get the jump I thought I'd get. You know, second place got a really good jump, man. He's on the outside there. About to pass the leader. I get back into the wall where I keep somehow finding that same piece of wall. And caution does come out once again. I don't know why we keep getting these cautions, but they keep coming. So we had a good run. I think we did 12 laps green. So this will be the last. Actually, no, this isn't the last restart. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see. Second row, P3. Once again, restart. Trying to get the jump on second, which I do. I'm on the inside of second place here. Trying to get a nose in on him and try to clear him as fast as I can. That would be the goal here. But he's actually keeping the... Actually, we cleared him a bit, so that's good. Now, my goal here is to run down the leader. I got super excited. I was back in the second. For some reason, third got a really good run off the straightaway and was back on the inside of me. And I was completely confused on like why this guy even had a run in the first place, because I had a few car lengths on him already. And I was just, I don't know, I started falling back again here because I got pushed back on the outside. Leader's having a field day. He's all by himself. Back into third, but we're about to lose third here as we're getting past again on the inside line. Now I need to get back on the inside to protect it. This is the last lap, by the way, guys. So we're going to be battling here for podium on the last lap. We're going to be going in side by side. We're going to be hitting, making contact, spinning out. We're going to be taking home P3. Not the way I like it, but that's how she goes, I guess. I don't know whose fault that was. I know there was a car on the inside of me, so I like couldn't really lift. Just listen. I mean, I was off the gas, and he was more sideways than usual. Like, I don't know. I mean, to me, he was a bit sideways, and it slowed him up more than probably he anticipated. But I was already off the gas and was already kind of feathering the throttle. So I don't know, really. I don't know. It just looks bad on my part, I guess. But nobody complained after the race, you know. I mean, it was kind of one of those deals, I guess. Not the way I'd like to finish, but I saw this clip after the race. I thought this was kind of funny to include it. But thanks, guys, for watching. And be sure to check out my other videos and all that good stuff. I'll be uploading weekly. And yeah, so here's another shot of that bit of retaliation, I guess you could say. Dude just comes at the track and blocks him in the wall. Alright, guys, see ya.